This trailer just changed everything we thought we knew, and I'm not even exaggerating. There are moments in this first look that feel quiet, almost harmless, but if you pay attention, something is very wrong. And by the end of it, I'm pretty sure one major character is walking straight into danger, and they don't even see it coming. So, let's break this down slowly, because episode 4 is not just setting up a battle, it's setting up consequences. First of all, the tone of this trailer feels completely different. It's not loud, it's not chaotic, it's tense. The kind of tension where you feel like something bad is about to happen, but no one in the scene is reacting yet. And that's what makes it even more scary. We see the Frasers preparing again, but this time it doesn't feel like confidence, it feels like pressure. Like they're running out of time, or maybe even running out of options. Now, what really caught my attention is how they're showing Jaime. There's something off about him. He looks focused, yes, but also distant. And I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like he already knows something that the others don't. We've already seen how the whole book situation is hanging over everyone's head, and now it's like that shadow is getting heavier. Every move he makes in this trailer feels more serious, more final, and that's honestly worrying. And then there's Clare. After what we saw in the previous episode, there is no way things just go back to normal. That moment with the blue light changed everything. And in this trailer, you can feel that she's still thinking about it. She doesn't look relieved, she looks confused. Almost like she's trying to understand what she's capable of, but at the same time, she's afraid to test it again. And I think that fear is going to play a big role in this episode. Because, let's be real for a second, bringing someone back to life is not something you just move on from. That's not a small ability. That's something that could change the entire story. And the fact that we still don't know the limits of it makes it even more dangerous. What if there is a cost? What if using that power again takes something from her? The trailer doesn't answer that, but it definitely hints that this is far from over. Another thing I noticed is how the trailer keeps cutting between calm moments and preparation scenes. It's like they're trying to show us that while everyone is talking, planning, and pretending things are under control, something bigger is building in the background. And we've seen this pattern before. Every time the show slows down like this, it's right before everything falls apart, and honestly, I don't think this episode is just about war. I think it's about choices. Difficult ones. The kind that don't have a right answer. We already have that line from the synopsis about an impossible choice, and if there's one thing this show does well, it's putting characters in situations where no matter what they choose, they lose something. So when I look at this trailer, I don't just see preparation. I see warnings. Small signs that something is about to go wrong. And the worst part is, the characters are walking right into it. Now, the second thing we really need to talk about is the war itself, because this trailer is clearly building towards something big, but not in the way you might expect. It's not just about fighting, it's about what that fight is going to cost them. And honestly, the way it's being set up here feels a lot more personal than before. We see more preparation, more weapons, more urgency. But at the same time, there's hesitation. And that hesitation is important. Because in previous battles, Jaime was always certain. He knew what he was doing, he had a plan, and people followed him without question. But here, it feels different. It feels like even he is questioning whether this is the right move. And that changes everything. Because when a leader starts doubting, everyone else feels it too, even if they don't say it out loud. And I keep thinking about that moment where everything seems calm for just a second. You know, the kind of scene where characters are talking quietly, maybe even smiling a little, and for a split second, it feels like things might actually be okay. But in this trailer, those moments don't feel comforting. They feel like a goodbye. Like the show is giving us one last peaceful breath before things go completely out of control. And that's where the fear really starts to build. Now let's go back to Clare for a second, because I don't think we're talking enough about how dangerous her situation actually is. Yes, she has this ability, this blue light that we saw before, but the trailer is making it very clear that she doesn't understand it yet. And that's a problem. Because power without control is unpredictable. There's this feeling that she's being pushed toward using it again. Maybe not directly, but the circumstances are forcing her into situations where she might not have a choice. And if that happens, what then? What if she tries to save someone and something goes wrong? Or worse, what if it works, but at a cost we don't fully understand yet? And this brings me back to Jaime again, because let's be honest, everything seems to be leading back to him. The tension around his fate hasn't gone anywhere. If anything, it's getting stronger. The trailer doesn't show anything obvious, but it doesn't need to. The way he's being framed, the way the scenes are cut around him, it's like the show is quietly reminding us that his story might be heading somewhere painful. And I don't think that's a coincidence. Another detail that stood out to me is how the side characters are being handled here. We're not just focusing on the main couple anymore. Everyone seems to be dealing with something. And that's important because when a show starts giving attention to multiple storylines right before a big event, it usually means all of them are about to collide. There's this sense that no one is safe. Not emotionally, not physically, not at all. And then we have that impossible choice again. I keep coming back to it because the trailer is clearly hinting at it without revealing anything. And if I had to guess, it's not going to be a simple decision. It's going to be the kind of moment where someone has to choose between two people or between duty and love. And no matter what they choose, it's going to hurt. That's the kind of storytelling the show leans into, and you can already feel it building here. So when you put all of this together, the tension, the hesitation, the unknown power, and the emotional weight, it becomes clear that episode 4 is not just another step forward. It's a turning point. The kind of episode where things don't go back to the way they were before. And honestly, I don't think we're ready for what's coming.